Child care centers are at the risk of closing. Teacher turnover is up, and state leaders in Raleigh are gridlocked.
Republicans in the state house will roll out their budget plan after being unable to reach a deal with Senate Republicans behind closed doors. Our Capitol reporter Michael Hyland is live in Raleigh. And Michael, what have you found out about what will be funded and how this gets resolved?
Well, this really may not go anywhere. Senate leaders are criticizing House leaders, saying they want to spend too much, and have said they're willing to leave town at the end of this month, no matter what happens between now and then. House Speaker Tim Moore says the budget the House is going to put out later tonight will include higher raises for teachers and state workers than what they're currently set to get on July 1st, which is 3% on average. It also fully funds the state's private school voucher program and will include funding to help child care centers that are about to lose federal funding from the pandemic. But Senate Leader Phil Berger says not only would this use the entire billion-dollar budget surplus, it would also mean dipping into reserves as well, which he will not support.
That's why we decided to go ahead and move forward to get a budget passed so that we can sort of break the log jam.
We've spent a decade and a half trying to make sure that we don't fall into the same traps that the Democrats fell into, which is if you've got the money, spend it.
The Senate already passed a bill to commit nearly $500 million more in state funding to help families pay for private school. Speaker Moore says the House will not take that up on its own and that it needs to be part of the larger budget. The House will vote on this plan later this week. If there is no agreement ultimately between the House and Senate, then the budget that they passed last year will remain in effect for the upcoming year. Rod and Angela.
Michael, what are the Democrats saying about all of this?
Well, the House Democratic leader Robert Reeves really did not mince words about all of this. Ahead of the House budget coming out tonight, he called it disrespectful and disingenuous, pointing to the really big issues that the legislature needs to be addressing and the fact that the Senate has already been kind of throwing cold water on this, essentially saying he doesn't really think this is going to make that much of a difference.
All right, Michael, thanks so much. We appreciate it.